It's week 12 of the National Football League, and we get to watch Nico Collins. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Texans and the Jags, and it's all up next.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Here's Tank Dell to return it from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the 2nd overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good start. 1 play, 10 yards. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
And it's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. 17 carries, 118 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down. The Texans at 500, sitting at 5-5. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, get organized themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
53 yards rushing for him so far this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They go again with Pierce. He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pierce. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Dameon Pierce, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft in his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. ETN, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Inside the 10. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with 1.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Off a touchdown offense by getting 1 on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And Holloway clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Now ETN to start the drive. Now he's loose at the 40. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And that'll make it 13-7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
77 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Pierce will try to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Devon Hamilton, never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
19 target. Let's go.
Now they'll go play action here with Stroud. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Nico Collins, the intended receiver, but now it's third down. You look at this Jaguar defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they are facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for it from the first snap.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Here's Jones on the return. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game.
There he goes, left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a first and goal. And they'll run with Etienne. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Once more, Etienne. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk from 3 yards out. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from moving out in front. McManus now for the extra point. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Tank Dell now to return it. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Dameon Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Play action. Stroud now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Draw play, Etienne. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they went standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone, but there is a flag down. This one may be coming back. They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, Try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Lawrence. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He may go. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
86 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ready.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender.
So golden field position there is squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. No run back here for Jones. A touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 2nd down in the yard. Now Lawrence. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Lawrence. That is caught. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. Screen play. Here's Etienne. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And running with power here. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Lawrence with a completion to Kirk. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2. Motion man left is Kirk. Now they show jet sweep it instead, or run up the middle here.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence on 3rd down.
Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
So Lawrence will exit, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Jaguar field goal.
From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, since the leaping rules were changed back in 2017, we only average about 1 block kick per week league-wide. They pulled out all the stops there, got someone in there, delivered a big block.
I actually didn't think it was that high. I thought it was even less than that, but those guys executed perfection right there. Really brought excellent effort on that snap. Can't ask for anything more, and they got it done.
They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Ready, break!
Stroud sets up the play action. That one complete. It's Tank Dell.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Ready up! Let's go! Ready!
Here's Stroud. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Texans first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Ready!
2nd and 10.
Go!
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Play action. Here's Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Ready!
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
Well, he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Another carry for Pierce. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Now the Texans are going the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Got it. Ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Let go.
Stroud off the play fake. Sliding out of the pocket. All the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Pierce will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, and that's kind of how it's gone for them so far. That was a ball they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he led his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
Lawrence will throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
That certainly appeared to be a play caller. They were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Lawrence, he'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The kick by McManus is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
So we've come upon halftime here in Houston. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back, halftime.
ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville offense ready to go back to work.
And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
And a nice gain at 21 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Etienne. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Here's Lawrence to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
3 tight ends up front. Now Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
But I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Texans to take over. They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with a 1st and 10.
Okay, ready? Ready?
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the 2nd down and 6. Now a give to Collins. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it. Taking a shot for Dell here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Ready, go.
Throwing now is Stroud. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Offense is all over, continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball, but oftentimes it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Travis Etienne of the Jags offense set to take over again here.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Quick slant caught by Kirk. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
There the quarterback has learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
Here's Logan Cook now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
And it is caught. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
A run for Pierce out of the gun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. And they'll go right back to Pierce. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. and it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
They'll run for it with Pierce. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Texans are able to add on to that lead. They're going to try and run. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. So the completion gets him just a yard. And now it's 3rd and 3. They'll run with Etienne, but he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League. Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Play action. Stroud now. He'll let this go deep for Collins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't it?
On 2nd down, here's Lawrence. And Jones has it over the middle. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's Collins. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Dell here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence finds his tight end Ingram. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll send Kirk in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now they're in the hurry-up. On second down, Lawrence. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! Brenton Strange with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point from McManus is good, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Jaguars 27.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Ready.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. And even 150 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining.
fourth quarter of play.
Ready.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they're right on first down.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Come on. Hey.
They go again with Pierce, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this second half. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Pierce now up the middle.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
Going for it with Pierce.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars. Down by 11, 1:07 remaining. They need a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal in either order as they've got it first down.
30 left.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
And it's incomplete, but he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down.
This is caught. It's Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
This is 1st and 10. Lawrence.
And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28.
Here's Lawrence. Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Here's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Hey, I'm gone.
They go play action with Lawrence.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
A final shot now for Lawrence. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted.
Picked up by the former first
bus rider Jimmy Ward. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Texans,